Hey everyone, today I'll be sharing my Techo Kaigi from 2022 into 2023. So really reviewing my planners of what worked, what didn't work, and then what I hope to take forward to 2023. So that's right around the corner. So this is the perfect time of some self-reflection, my systems, and how it's helped me. So here I have two planners, and one is the Passion Planner. I adore the Passion Planner. I've used this. This is the planner that got me into planning. I've used it for a few years. I haven't been able to finish a Passion Planner fully until this year, actually. I would just drop it off sometime, and I finally figured out what worked. For the Passion Planner, I kept it minimal decorations, very minimal, and I kept it more black pen to paper. I really just wrote down my to-dos and got to it. So this is my functional planner, if you want to call it that. So prospective, writing down my appointments. The Hemlock and Oak I use more for memory scrapbook keeping. So I enjoy going backwards and reflecting and thinking about what I did on certain days and filling it out. And I also needed space to use my washi tapes. And I have a lot of washi tapes, so here you can tell it's very, very chunky. And that's actually a testament to the binding that's still holding up. I'm always a little bit worried about these hardcovers, whether it will actually hold up, and it did. I used lots of stickers. I love supporting independent sticker shops, so I enjoy doing that, as well as washi tape. So you can tell I use quite a bit, and I love decorating. It's a great stress relief for me. So you can tell how much thicker it is. Passion Planner, I mostly just use pen and paper, and that's how it looks, filled out. So because my spreads are quite private, I'm trying to find one to share that I haven't written in yet, which is next week, towards the end after Christmas. I put a couple of Christmas stickers just to add some holiday spirit to my spread, but really I didn't quite use any washi tapes, or I didn't really put too many things on my Passion Planner. I kind of just kept it pen. First, I would put in all the to-dos I needed to do, and then I would transfer that into the specific dates and break it down. You can do some time blocking. Something I loved about the Passion Planner that worked for me is the half-hour marking. That's something it's very hard to find in planners for some reason, and probably because it makes the planner look a little bit clustered or not as aesthetically pleasing. So that's something I'm a little worried about for the planner I chose for 2023. Overall, I really enjoyed the Passion Planner. It worked out well for me. It works. It's not the most beautiful planner, right? It has a very, very bold layout, which you have to really kind of customize if you don't like it. For me, I happen to like it, and it worked for my brain. So I will miss it. It is such a great planner to get things done. Yeah, I enjoyed it. For the Hemlock and Oak, my very decoration heavy planner, I'll share what a layout looks like. This is a blank layout. It comes with 3 ribbons, so that's kind of nice. It basically looks like a hobonichi cousin weekly layout, which is interesting. It doesn't have the half-hour block, which is fine for me because I was just, going retrospective and just using it to jot down things I did, log stuff. So I really enjoyed it. It's just not as fountain pen friendly, unfortunately. So I will miss it, and I'm thankful for 2 years with the Hemlock and Oak. So I've been part of their Kickstarter customers, so I'm happy to see how much they've evolved and grown. All right, so those are the 2 planners that really worked out for me this year. It worked out, but I will not be using either of them for next year, just because I want to try something new. We'll see how it goes. I am a little bit nervous about that, straying away from something that's actually worked, but you guys get me, right? Sometimes you need some variety. And then let me share what didn't work. I'll be honest. This Take a Note planner unfortunately did not work for me. it is essentially a week on 2 pages. So you get a weekly and then half daily pages, but then that ends up being a week on 2 pages. And something about the layout that I had to flip, the week seemed disjointed, so that no longer worked for me. Then I tried to use it as a journal, you know, just journaling a quick thing about the day. And I did not like stopping my pen halfway and going back. This was just not comfortable because it's just so narrow and I wasn't used to that. And then I would be able to not have a fresh page for my journal because I would see the other blocks, so that did not work out for me. And third, I did not enjoy the paper. This is 68 GSM Tomoe River paper, which I thought would be fabulous because it would be less ghosting. However, something just didn't work for me compared to the 52 GSM Tomoe River paper. I just don't like this paper. It doesn't have what that softness, the silkiness. Inks look great on this paper. However, I didn't really use those shading inks on this. I usually journal in black ink, so that was irrelevant. So this did not work for me. Also, I think I just loved, the brand Take a Note. I love their covers. I bought several of their covers and I will be using them for next year. But something, I want to be more cautious of personally is making sure I have a use and then finding the appropriate planner for it. Not finding a planner and then trying to figure out a use, because that just did not work out well. So I should do some self-reflection about that. That's sometimes a slippery slope in the planner or even fountain pen community. You see something, you're like, oh, I want it, and then I'll find a use for it. But then, it should really be the other way around. So I couldn't use this as a journal. I couldn't really use this as a prospective planner, considering the passion planner is so detailed already. I don't know what I would need this for. And for my work planner, I usually keep that on my computer, so I don't really need a work planner per se. I write my to-dos on my computer directly. So yeah, that's a cautionary tale. So now I know. And then actually one of my favorite planners this year is this Hobonichi Techo. I did not use this as a planner. Techo is actually a pretty broad term. It encompasses journal, planner, notebook, art, sketchbook, anything. And I use this as a bit of everything. Sometimes I sketched in it. Sometimes I use my fountain pen inks on it just to play with it. This is just a playful planner for me. And I love the A6 size. It feels so great in the hand. Next time I think I would get the Japanese version because it has those like little bullet boxes at the top, but I really enjoyed it. This is my first Hobonichi product ever. I got it later in the year, probably around March time frame, so I lost a few months, but I didn't mind. Sometimes I wanted to journal something small. Sometimes I just put a sticker on it and called it a day. Like, you go to a cafe sometimes, they have stickers, I just put it on. Just to keep remembering. And you can tell it's starting to bloom a little bit, but it does not have the same effect as if I used it every single day. It would probably be triple the size. And now I'll be sharing what I'll be using for next year. Here is my Hobonichi cousin. Yes, you can tell I'm a big fan of the Take a Note covers because they're Tyvek, which means they're waterproof. I'm pretty clumsy, so I did not want to get one of those beautiful Hobonichi covers, which I was scared I would ruin. These are Tyvek covers. They're beautiful. It's like a moon one. Here's a shimmering, which I really like. Reminds me of the Taylor Swift Midnight's album. Yeah, this is the lunar theme, which I really like, and it keeps it slim. Something I don't like about a lot of the Hobonichi covers is that they're quite thick, which makes the book quite bulky. So you can see I've tabbed it already. I use Midori tabs. I don't know if I recommend them because they're quite hard to see the number. It's a little faint because the Hobonichi cousin has monthly, weekly, and dailies. I wanted to tab it 3 times, which seems excessive now that I think about it. So I tabbed it on the monthly, tabbed it on the daily, and then at the top, I tabbed it on the monthlies. So it's monthlies up here, weeklies, and then dailies. But the numbers are so small I can barely see them unless I really look. So I'm not sure how this is going to work out. We will see. Perhaps I should tab them differently with different tabs. I haven't quite figured out how to work that system. You can tell I'm very new to the hobonichi custom. So I'm excited. This will be my all-in-one planner. I haven't been using an all-in-one planner, so I'm not sure how this is going to go. I usually separate out my journaling. I usually separate out, functional versus heavy sticker memory scrapbooking type of style. So we will see. We'll see how it goes. And also something I am worried about for prospective planning, aka planning, just really, is that there is no half-hour block. I'm afraid that if I have something at 9:30, I don't know if I will know that it's at 9:30 unless I write the 9:30 again, like physically write that out, That's just something I know how my mind works, so that makes me a little cautious of how to use this. But let's give it a try. I've always wanted to try just one planner. So we'll see. And then something for fun. I don't know if this is considered a planner or Techo Kaigi, but I have this fabulous muji planner that my friend got me, and I've been using it basically just as a quick little media planner. And by media planner, I am just really jotting down what I'm listening to, what I'm reading, what I'm watching. And I realize I consume quite a bit of media, so it's kind of nice to remember what I'm actually consuming because sometimes I forget. And I am not someone who wants to do a full reading journal or full TV journal. That seems fun, but I usually only have about 1 sentence to write about it. I don't really want to write like a full page. I usually just want to write a few thoughts, just remember. And yeah, you can tell I'm just gonna keep this lighthearted. Gonna decorate it if I want. Don't decorate if I don't want. No pressure. No rules on where to put music or books. I'm just gonna go for it. I do really like the muji vertical layout. I wouldn't use this for planning either because it's missing the half-hour block, but I do really like it, just how versatile it is. This is also a great budget-friendly planner. It's around $12 USD, and you can get muji at a lot of different countries. So yeah, I think this is a really solid planner. The paper is fountain pen friendly, which I like because so I can play with my fountain pens in it. This is really my fun planner, no rules, just jotting down things I'm reading, listening to, or watching. So that will be my second planner. So that's really it. Those are my 2 techos. You can see how beautiful the Techo Note covers are. So even though the Techo Note planner did not work for me, they still have me as a very loyal customer because of their amazing, high quality, waterproof covers for A5 size. So thank you everyone for watching. I'm excited to share with you what worked for me this year, what didn't work for me. I'm curious to know yours. What worked for you this past year, what you're excited to use for next year, and if anything's changed. So thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Happy New Year.